Hey America, how you doing? It's me again. 21st century. It's amazing this country holds so much blood and so much unfairness. The children on the streets of America now, because they saw a machine gun taking off in all these schools, copycat after copycat. Somewhere in life, the man who wears the ties and the suit don't seem like they want to help these children. They're in the bed with the man who makes the gun. So, as the man who makes the gun, the politician in the bed with them, how can we get anything done? But the children gonna take it to American street corner. How can we call shots around the world and we cannot save a child life? We cannot make a decision between that child and that copycat and these people who killing people for jokes and gain and just to make it on the news or newspaper. It's so pitiful and sad in a superpower country. I am for the children's right to stand up for this unjust society. I'm for the children who stand up for injustice and unfairness, for murder and rape and unfairness to them, who've been targeted for generations. Children all over the world been targeted by adults. It is time for people to stand up and work with these children, help these children. These children did not create this mess. Adults did. People like grown human beings with sick trade of mind. We must get away from the strict state of mind in this society and try to help the young mind to make it better. Bullets is bouncing all over America. Pay America, every superpower country, we got the worst for killing in the world. We kill our own citizens for nothing. So this is the way the society we dodge and dip bullets. But we've been dodging bullets for 30 years just right here in the city of Los Angeles, California, not including throughout the nation. My heart go out to all parents that lost their loved one in the last 30 or 40 years. But this new cycle coming to America now is these young minds want to go in school and kill innocent people sitting down. Innocent people catch them off guard and take their life for political gain. It's nothing but a stupid game. It's not fair for you to have that much weapon. How you can have somebody you claim got a mental problem and he got a whole room full of machine guns? What do you think he's gonna do? What do you think his mind at, or her mind at? These young white kids need to stop thinking it's okay to go in school and gun down innocent people for your own sick game. It ain't got nothing to do with you was watching. It ain't got nothing to do with you thinking about. It got something to do when you pull that trigger for no reason, for your own sick money, your own sick money game. You take innocent lives. The parents think their children coming back in this new era. They do not know. No one knows. So until the politicians, until America take a stand in this unjust gun world, the same way like the unjust prison world, the unjust dominating country, the unjust taking stuff. That's why you got this much violence in this country, because these people breathe violence. It's all about all their video, all their movies, everything America do is about death. So these young people watch all these videos and it's about whacking a person, killing a person, beating up on a person. You call yourself a producer, you producing murder, you producing violence, you producing death in your video. So you got young minds following you, think that's the way from a cartoon to a movie to an action movie. It's still about death. If it ain't death with machine gun, it's about death. And machine gun go all the way back to Al Capone. Ain't nothing new. During Capone days in the 20s and the 30s, that's what they used. Machine gun. To gun down people like dogs. Even here we got 60 years, 70 years later, we still using the gun. Now it's all over America, machine gun. So who's the real question to ask? If we're at war in America with the citizen, or we're at war on justice? Now the same killing now reach up into the white world. The same killing black and brown was doing for the last 30 and 40 years. Nobody want to look at that. But now the white children are doing this sick shit. Now everybody and their mama want to look at it and see it's wrong. They've been wrong 30 years ago. It ain't nothing new. It's been wrong when they was framing these children, when they set these children up. Now you got an epidemic in this society. They call a superpower country like America. What we really doing wrong? We doing wrong to citizens, and we think we're doing things slick. We give the same crime, the same unfairness, the same injustice to people of color, and we let the white kids go, and that's why the white kids killing their parents. That's why the white kids doing what they want to do. Because they ain't got no stringent instruction to know this wrong. You don't teach your own children conscience. You teach racism, you teach injustice, and here they killing y'all. Come on, America. What we gonna do? Where we go? Where we go from here? It is more and more copycat. How you can live in this nation, gun owner, and allow your children to go out and gun down people? How can you say you're a gun owner? How can you say your Second Amendment, your Third Amendment, how you want aggressive, and your children are going out killing people? The same gun you buy, your kids are going out whacking people with it. Do that make any sense, white people? No. How can y'all get that sick in your country want to kill innocent people? Gun them down. If you're not gunning down your wife, your friend, or your whole family, stop that bullshit. That is crazy. Killing your whole family. And you got an epidemic for the last 30 and 40 years. You want to wipe out your family. So let's make a different world, white people. This is crazy what's going on. These children got to live in fear. Some of you people is all bad once you smoke a blunt. Once you get your brain together. Once you kick back and smoke a herb. Once you kick back and relax. Nothing to do with your personal religion. Nothing to do with your loved ones. Nothing to do with none of that. Sit back and see what y'all people doing in the nation. And you would not worry about calling shots around the world. You would not worry about Russia and China and all these other countries. You wouldn't live in a world where you got to get on TV and constantly want to beat up on people. Constantly want to murder people. All you superpower countries, it's about murder. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All y'all want to blow up people. You think we all a part of y'all war? You think all of us on this planet want to be treated that way? But we live in a world that can't even get it together. The politics can't get it. You can't keep going around the world dominating people spot where they lay their head, America. You can't. You've been doing it too long. It's time for y'all to take a step back and let the young mind run this. Because you people in that old age, in the 1940 and 50 philosophy is gone. It no longer exists. This is a new world. Multiple nationalities together, multiple cultures here. People from every corner of the world live here. You think of racism. This country, everybody dating people. White people dating, black people dating, brown people, everybody dating. So we must focus on how can we help these children now. Because the children that need of death, the children that need throughout this nation, don't know if they're going to come home tomorrow. What a country we live in. What a change in the last 60 years have made. The children don't even know if they're going to come home tomorrow. My name is Kunta, and I believe in righteousness, and I believe in justice, and I believe in we can do better than this here. I believe that we can stand up to the gun manufacturing. I think we can stand up and be citizens of saving some child life for the next fight. All you so-called law enforcement, all you so-called paper trail people who get one piece of paper to another, and how can you make that big mistake? You law enforcement make all of these constant mistakes. You general, you cheat, and all, and here the paper is right in your face when the motherfucker tell you somebody for to blow up a school, somebody for to kill a bunch of people. You don't even take knowledge of that. You don't need cell phones. You arresting people. You gunning down people for petty shit. But here's some white kid crying out for help. Crying out you didn't close every mental hospital in America. We the only ducks in our nation got a lot of people got psychological and sick problems. And what caused that is how they was raised, their mentality. It's a different era where I come from. You couldn't cut your parents out like you do today. You better not yell at your parents, let's don't hit them, let's don't killing them, let's don't plotting on them, let's don't robbing your own grandmother and your parents. What generation after me, look what happened. They screwed up like we did. So until America faces its own epidemic problem, the stay out of other people's business around the world, we might could save some lives in school. We might could change this society. We might stop locking up so many innocent people of color. We took their parents away. We took their daddies away for our own political gain, to be sergeant, to be lieutenant, to be major, to be governor, to be mayors in a superpower. The white people I'm talking about. Look what y'all created. Trying to be in first place. Look at the death you created around the world. Trying to be in first place. It is ridiculous. Now you call another person, another country, Rocket Man. What are we coming to? What is this country coming to? We disrespecting people around the world because we are who? America. So we put everybody's lives in jeopardy just to be in first place. Wow. More one of these. I'm sick of yourself and never been sick of that in my life. We fabricate in the medical world and let people die like dogs. We shoot them in the back in the superpower country. We rob them on property. We take off. We took the country that you so-called you claim to the Indian, and on and on and on. We slave people. We go around the world and we put people in place we claim. So what are we going to do next? What is next for America to do is to change their sorry ass and bring the world to a better place. If you want to be in first place, you want to be the best in everything, you want to be the best in shipping food, you want to be number one in everything, treat your citizens with dignity by helping these children stay alive for tomorrow. Just tomorrow. Let these children stay alive. Be aware to catch the next gunman. Be aware when that first bullet go off. If you can't hold your position as a law enforcement in that school, get out of it. If that's too much for you, scare you to death, you know what I'm saying? Don't work in that position. Don't hold your title. And you police run to the school after 6 people, after 2 people, after 10 people, after 11 people dead. You supposed to move in so quick. What is you so-called special training? Y'all supposed to be the best in the world. And y'all let most children die in this school because you fear and scared. Go in there and get that gunner. Go in there and show that badge what it was. And stop framing people. Stop setting up people. And go in these damn high school throughout this nation. Stop that gunner immediately. The minute you get a call and there's a gunner in there, don't wait till the gunner and kill a bunch of people before you try to move in. You know what I'm saying? Move in then. Break all rules and find out where that gun sound coming from. And then move in on that gunman. Don't let that gunman have his determining of killing a bunch of people and all of a sudden you decide to go in. You don't know what is what. But anyway, that's America for you. That's us as a superpower country. We lied to our citizens about medicine. My poor mama died with 1,000 pills and she never knew which one. I'm almost 70 and I'm scared of pills, so I can understand what it do to the human body. That's the same thing we need to do with the mind. We got a whole country full of problems. We're not the best in the world when we got our own problems we don't solve. We hide it. We don't challenge it. We don't take it. We got not only mental problems, we got job problems, we got financial problems, we got living problems, we got governors that want to kill children with fabricated water. And all we see is the Democrat and Republican with this fabricate. How can you be two parties in the nation and you dealing with a mass of people, but you cannot help the poor, or you cannot reach your mind into changing the whole dynamic bullshit y'all been doing for years, robbing this one, being this one, taking this one away. You politicians don't have the right to act for things up on the money. Y'all act the taxpayer by taking private shit, taxpayer money, but yet you cannot solve a problem of death in these schools. You cannot solve the gun violence in America. You cannot solve that there's no job, there's no help. It's just poor to poor. We must make a change. In order to do that, young minds have to do that. Young minds have to stand up against these people in the 3-piece suit, these people with these briefcase, these people supposed to be calling shots on the nation. How you calling shots on the nation and you can't even stop people from getting killed because But you so scared to go in there and get that gun, man, before he go to the second death. You supposed to got to that school so fast. You supposed to talk about your train. That's all we hear. All this one here. And when you call the platform with the news people, you show us everybody up under your administration, but you don't even tell us why you didn't go in there and kill a gunner that fast. But you frame people. You set up people faster than you blink an eye. But you that coward to not to go in there and save them children's lives. That's what you're supposed to do as a law enforcement. Go in there as a military man, or FBI man. Take over the situation and go get that gunner before he do more damage. That's what you owe the children. Stop letting these children get killed by them many bullets going off. Go in that school immediately and do your duty. Do your job you claim you want to be as a law enforcement. If you get out of the job, throw the shelf on the shelf, throw your hat on the shelf and walk out. But save a life if you're going to wear that badge. Don't frame nobody. Don't set nobody up. Go get the gunner that kill innocent people. My name is Kunta. We don't know what is going in this country. What we seeing now in 2018, from politician unfairness to the top, to the bottom, to American highest position is screwed up. So until we find out the problem as a nation of people of color, we continue to fight. We continue to stand up. We continue to challenge this country. We continue to stand up for this killing. We continue to stand up for injustice. We can stand up for lies and fabricate. We can stand up against the medical world. We can stand up against these automatic machine guns. We can stand up against this ripping off on these churches. We can stand up against the Democrats and Republicans harming people by lying to the citizens at the highest level. Two parties is not working in this society because they're too much dominant. They're in too many bank accounts or too many parties of people who control money. Until we get a better system by young minds, America is in chaos. America is in trouble. America is not the bullet and the strongest nation they used to be. Because they fuck over their citizens, they lie to their citizens, they rip off their citizens. So they're no better than any third world country. They're full of shit. Because they dig like a third world country when you treat citizens the way you treat them. When you lie to them. We got homeless in the superpower country. LA, we got people sleeping on the street. Because we got Section 8 lying to the citizen. And we got SOR rip them off too. So we got manager ripping off the tender. We got people ripping off people who trying to survive, who trying to live, but who trying to come out the crack and the heroin and the drug world or the alcohol world. They can't in a superpower country because they got too many eyes up against them. The children up against them, their grandkids up against them, the side up against them, the jailhouse up against them, the preach up against them. Just everywhere they bump and move, where it's the change. People need to be strong. People are weak, people unfairness, they don't know which way to go. So they're taking everything on their mama to calm their nerves down. Smoke a real blunt. Get your head focused. Stay focused. Challenge this corrupt society. Nothing racism about it. You'll be okay. Stay focused. Kunta, we gotta do this. We got no choice. We gotta make America understand that its children are dying. Children are dying. Children reaching out. Children need help. Children need help in every level. You need to stop this here and playing politician and go get the gunner. These gunners, you need to go get them in school, in corporation, and everything. The minute you go get that gunner, don't allow that gunner to do all them damage like they're doing. From children to adult gun. They puppy love, all that shit, running their company and killing innocent people to get at your girlfriend or your wife. It is ridiculous. Military soldiers are flipping out. How can you train a man to be a soldier and stand up for your red and white blue flag when you done did something wrong to him for him to freak out that cold-blooded like that? So American politicians are doing something wrong for any soldier to flip out like they've been flipping out. You need to ask yourself, America, are you righteous? Are you okay? Or you don't know what you're doing? Are you confused, America? Because this should never go on the way the world have changed in 50 years. it changed backwards and for the worse to the worse. Back in the 60s, they was gunning down politicians. Back in the 60s, they was gunning down rappers. Back in the 60s, they was gunning down people who spoke out against this shit. It is sad that we don't know where to go. Until we get it together, then we can be understanding who we are as a nation. Until the meantime, we are nobody. Because we try to be the bullies of the world and we can't even straighten out fucking shooting, killing, shooting. Wow. What a drag, America. You ain't got no help, America. You got too many enemies against you in America. In other words, if you don't say nothing for the gun lobby people, everybody gonna jump on your bandwagon. The Second Amendment. The Second Amendment don't never show what the machine gun involved. That's the real thing. The United States Supreme Court should come out with a list and show the American citizen what is the real Second Amendment is. Do it say that you bear arms or sawed off a machine gun? I don't think so. It should bear on a rifle or something like that. I'm not a gun hater, but I done had bullets in my ass, so I already know what a bullet will do to a motherfucking body. So as a human being, it's not hating the people who carry the gun. The gun is pretty. If the gun never do harm, if the one who pulled the trigger do harm, man or woman. The gun is not racism. You make the gun racism when you go to a certain location and you try to kill them people. Until we set what is the Second Amendment, you're going to have this wacko shit going on in America for too many people's pockets. It's in the gun-making manufacturing, from the preacher to the politician that's in the fucking bed with the gun-maker factory. So if anything gonna ever change for machine guns in America, I don't think so. Not in my lifetime. Maybe when I'm dead and gone, power to the young people. But until then, the young mind can slow them down and stop from making them. But the millions of them you got on the streets now, it's going to be hard to screw them up. So all you want to do is stop making them. Because it's not your Second Amendment. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's a psychology that gun owners then brainwash you people that they're trying to rip your gun off. That's bullshit. That's to make a sale, you moron. That's to keep you dumb people buying his fucking product to kill children. It ain't nothing to do with nobody's Second Amendment. Because through history would show it never was a machine gun involved in your Second Amendment. Read it. Read, you so-called white people come to the camels, to the TV, and cry about your goddamn Second Amendment. It was never designed for a start-off machine gun. They've been trying to get rid of these machine guns when Capone was around in the 20s. That's how long them things been on the streets of America. They ain't nothing new to this new technology way and new ways to trick and more bullets coming out their ass, but it's still machine gun. For so many people got them now, so hey, for America, you got to realize what you've done in order to make a difference in backing up. But we can't. We too far on the curve. We too far gone to step up, to help us y'all. So we are a nation that think we're doing the right thing, but we are not. We're letting people die for a political gain. Wow, America for you. But who was I? I'm just a simple kid. But I'm a simple kid that cares about another human life. That not just gotta be my flavor, they gotta be my color. They just gotta be alive to stay alive. They have the right to live. These fucking children have the right to live. So why are you taking that away from them? These children have the right to live. All citizens have the right to live, but children have the right to live. Old people have the right to live. It has been so much death in this inner circle, 60, 50 years, dominating, taking over, family killing family, loved one killing loved one like they crazy. You go to church, you're getting killed by preachers, by citizens. It is crazy in this country. Crazy and wacko, from the politicians to regular citizens. This shit is just way beyond. As you bored, you got nothing to do. What the world people for, period. Because your whole dynamic society based on violence and death. Got nothing to do with the black minds killing each other. It got nothing to do with white kids going to school killing, because the movie do it. They make movies so fishy and so cold, killing a human on the stream, but it just a act. But mine is different. It's a different era. How come we don't make educated film that's not cracking a motherfucker in the head, gunning them down like dogs? Come on, you don't need that much money to keep making machine guns. You're making a product to sell on the big stream. So you created all this shit. All you producers, you writers and all that shit. What y'all done? Y'all got kids going to school, blowing people away with the bullshit machine gun. Because you put them in movies and think that's the way it's supposed to be done. You're killing a mass of people with a machine gun. Wow. Wow, America. But who really got the real sense? So you can't clown these kids. Because these kids gonna do the right thing. In our lifetime, these kids had enough of this violence. These kids had enough listening to you adults. These kids had enough believing in you politicians and you law enforcement. Cover up after cover up. Your children tired of you gunning down innocent races of people. White people tired of that shit too. And they're white kids. Because they got different races of children and friends. It's not in our era when you couldn't walk down the street with a white woman and a black man and a brown person, you know. The world has changed. You got to change with the world. And that's what you fucking people with suits on and old 1950, 1920 mind are still pumping that bullshit of the 1920 out. We're not in the 1920s no more where you could do anything you want to people. Technology and cameras and New World and all that is out there now. So if we want to keep the democracy going, we must be fair with the world. We must be fair to save a life. A life means more to that bullet going to some shower back right here. But some clown sitting there with some fucking black suit on, or some clown getting freaked out, or some educated kid ain't got nothing better to do, want to do what Tom, Dick, and Harry been doing. Copycat, copycat, copycat in this nation is ridiculous. You people wear all these badges supposed to be able to stop that much violence because it's coming out y'all in a circle, that white in a circle. How you live on the street and your child gonna blow up a school tomorrow? How you live in this nation and your stepchild or your whatever the child might be, he's going to kill a bunch of people and you don't know nothing? You don't even know how many guns the man, you don't know how many guns the kid, you don't see the different change in the kid. Why? Because you all tired of sitting on the sofa, eating raw meat all the time. Maybe passing that goddamn raw meat down. Maybe sometimes you get away from that bloody shit and get the real shit. Maybe these kids won't flip out. What is these kids eating to be that cruel to kill people like that? What did you feed them for them to wake up and be that cruel to a classmate that did nothing to them? Some snap because they can't get it their way. Some they flip out and some they do what Tom, Dick, and Harry do. Copycat. So until we realize how we can stop these copycats and stop this here, we're going to have an epidemic and an epidemic and an epidemic, and we're going to be crying and crying and crying and crying on the news and a bunch of truth, but we still got the same bullshit. Death for no reason by young mind. America, do the right thing. Kelly Kunta.